Today I fucked up and now my ass cheeks are glued together. Unlike most posts, this is happening right now. My partner is spending the weekend, so I started tidying up around the house. I had the great idea to wax quickly as well, as I didn't want to be rushing in the shower with a razor. I've used those little home wax kits a handful of times and had success, so I thought I could speed up the process by slapping a couple on all at once and ripping those mfs off like Beyblades one after another. That's where the fuck up happened. I don't know if it was just too much wax or I didn't pull the skin tight enough or what, but when I pulled off the first strip all the wax stayed on my skin. Oops. Next strip same thing. So now I'm freaking out a bit and have stupidly pulled all the strips off the same way. The wax is clumped all over my baby bits. I tried baby wipes, soap, nothing. At this point I'm standing in the bathroom panicking because my lady bits and butt are all glued and I can't even spread my legs and my partner is less than 20 minutes away. TL doctor, try to be slick and wax like it was an Olympic sport. Now all my bits are stuck together. Update, my partner showed up early and I'm locked in the bathroom writing this. I'm considering climbing out the window and leaving. Update number 2, I stood in place for a while and ended up getting a section of my thighs stuck too, so that was peachy. After freaking out for about 15 minutes and trying to figure out how to leave the bathroom, I did what an early commenter, Shadow Band I think, suggested and took a hot shower. Someone else suggested oil-based liquids, so I thought, hey, shampoo, that's oil-based. Blame my general stupidity or frantic state, whatever, another wrong move. It's still kind of sticky, but on the bright side it smells like coconut now. I got a decent amount off with the hot water, then air dried and joined my partner. Questioned why I was in the bathroom for 45 minutes, but I just laughed it off and said hair stuff. I'll be going to a professional from now on. Thanks for all your suggestions. Oil emulsifies wax. Avocado oil will help. Olive oil in a pinch. Canola or vegetable oil will work too. The oil. Fuck, grab a greasy sausage and never mind. Pray that you don't need to use the toilet. Oh my god. Alexa, play Come Together by the Beatles. Alexa, play Stuck on You by Lionel Richie. Have your partner help. It'll be a good laughing moment down the road. If this happened to my wife, I'd never let her forget about it. Today I fucked up by pinching my nose when I sneezed. This is gonna need a warning for the squeamish as it mentions injury. I've always had this weird habit of grabbing and pinching my nose when I sneeze and don't have a tissue at hand. I think it's something I picked up from a relative at some point but can't remember who. So today I've been sat watching Netflix due to the UK being on lockdown again when I felt a powerful sneeze coming. To make sense of what comes next, I'll give a little background. I'm partially deaf in one ear, have been ever since I was a kid after a particularly bad ear infection ruptured the drum, painful as childbirth according to a mum friend who has experienced both, and left it scarred badly enough it doesn't resonate as well as a healthy one. So there I am, the mother of all sneezes brewing. I ended up sneezing 4 times, first 3 were okay. Ears popped a little, but they usually do that because of the pressure in the sinuses if you pinch your nose shut. 4th sneeze hit a few seconds after and same as before, I grab my nose. There's a sharp sting in my left ear and only my right ear pops with the pressure. Instead there's suddenly nothing, like I'm underwater, and a fine, misty jet of blood sprays from my left ear, across my bed until it hits a solid object running down my bedroom door. It's social and not sure what's going on. Then I feel it, a lot of blood running down my shoulder and neck. I'm freaking out. I can't stand the sight of blood even if it's my own, so grabbed the first thing I could think of, a pillow off my bed, and slammed it to my ear, run downstairs where my folks are. Mum's watching a movie, dad is on the phone, both stop dead when I burst in and shout help. I'm standing there, numb, can't hear a thing as left is full of blood and right is in shock. My older sis starts freaking out too. My younger one looks up from her phone for the first time and immediately passes out due to me looking like I stepped out of Shaun of the Dead or something. The pressure ripped through the scar tissue from the past infection. There was no pain as the scar had no nerves in it. I ended up sat at an angle over the kitchen sink, mum who rarely freaks washing my ear, dad trying to rouse lil sis, and me simply asking if I can have a cup of tea, like this is the most normal thing in the world, as for some some reason there's no pain. It's not bleeding now. I should really go ER, but with COVID being a risk, I'll wait to see how it is tomorrow and go if I still can't hear. Not like they can do much if the drum is gone anyway, but you can bet I'm not pinching my nose anymore when I sneeze. TL/doctor, sneezed hard and exploded my previously damaged eardrum because I pinched my nose, blood everywhere and sister fainted. Update, call the hotline, 111, they've advised seeing my GP as an emergency appointment in the morning and it'll go from there. Update 2, still deaf, woke up to more blood on my pillow as it's bleeding again, off to an A&E with an ENT department. I'll try to keep all updated. Update 3, just got home from the hospital. Decided to stop off on the way home for pity party supplies because, as you probably guessed, it's not good news. I'm entirely deaf in that ear, though there's a possibility it will recover. The damage is extensive, hence the ridiculous amount of blood that poured out. According to the ENT specialist I saw, there's not much they can do. She kept going deeper and deeper with the scope right up until the flared part was against my outer ear, then let out an almost monotone no. It's definitely perforated and there's more hole than drum at the moment, which is why there's no pain, except if it gets cold. It may heal enough over the next 6 weeks for me to hear again, but it'll definitely leave my with scarring bad enough to affect hearing loss to an extent. I'm advised to get it checked at 4 weeks, but if it causes pain, bleeds heavily or causes headache, then I'm to go straight back to A&E ER. If it hasn't begun to heal by week 4, then I'll have to face the possibility it won't heal at all and that the deafness is permanent. Currently surrounded by junk food, 12 Krispy Kreme, beer, stout and have an extra large mug of specialty tea. It's one that tastes like someone dunked Mex's milk biscuits in it. Like now, else your eardrum might never grow back together and you'll have to get surgery to not have the current state be permanent. Source, blown an eardrum or two myself. I checked with a medical hotline, they advised to see my doc in the morning. I live in a high infection rate area. What have we learned today? Don't pinch your nose when sneezing. To whoever prized me with the reward, I thank you very much. I actually pinch my nose to stop sneezes. After reading this and some of the comments, I don't think I'll be doing that anymore. Probably a safe conclusion. You know, I've seen hundreds of threads about stifling sneezes, and not a single person has ever mentioned one simple trick that I use. As soon as you know you're gonna sneeze, blow out all your air. Then when the reflex hits, there is almost nothing available to exit your nose with explosive force. It reduces the sneeze by like 90% with no risk of exploding eardrums. Still can't believe nobody else has thought of this. I know this is stifling on purpose, but to me this feels about the same as having sex and right before climax your dick falls off. Audiologist working in an ENT office here. Don't worry so much about COVID if you're taking the right precautions, well-fitting mask, cover nose and mouth, and get your ass to an urgent care clinic, who will surely tell you to go to an ENT specialist. When you call the ENT, make it clear that the urgent care diagnosed you with a ruptured eardrum, and do not accept the schedule as the doctor is booked 6 weeks out. If that's the case, call other offices until you find one that'll see you in a few days. And let me just tack on to this comment. Stifling sneezes is foolish for two main reasons, in my opinion. Reason the first was spelled out fairly plainly by OP. You're risking injury every time you do it. Reason the second is less dangerous by a lot, but no less foolish. You're preventing your body from doing homeostatic maintenance. A sneeze is to rid your nasal passages of an irritant. Stopping yourself from sneezing is allowing the irritant to stay, which will probably make you have to sneeze again, since, you know, there's still something in your nose. Sneeze into the crook of your arm. If it's messy, oh well. Would you rather have a small mess or a serious injury? Today I fucked up by pronouncing the letter W wrong for 30 years. So this happened Tuesday and I'm still reeling from the situation. So I was at my brother's, 38, house watching the election and eating pizza with my niece, 23, sister, 43, and brother and his GF, 38. Niece and I were playing a mobile game that is basically just an easy cash grab with lots of in-app purchases, and I said she should add me as a friend so I can send her lives and whatnot. This mobile game uses ID codes to add friends, and I was reading mine aloud to her. I had to read it twice, but that's normal because I tend to talk too fast at times, so I didn't think anything of it. When I was done, my niece looked like she was holding in a smile, and I asked her what was funny. N, did you say do for you? Me, yes. N, you know it's W, right? Because it's shaped like two U's. Apparently the entire world pronounces the letter W as W. I have been saying do for you for my entire life. I now have anxiety anytime I spell something. TL, doctor, thought it was pronounced do for you. Edit. Wow, thanks for all the awards, friends. And to all the people saying mean things about my family, hope that made you feel a little better putting mean words on an internet post. Smiley face. Also, yes, I understand other countries pronounce it double V. I'm from the US. Some things you just take for granted. Bone apple tea. I'm tired of all these double standards when it comes to pronunciation. You mean, double standards? Avoid the issue by saying W. Damn, that's fucked up. Your brother wouldn't even correct you back in the day, ha ha ha. Brother and sister never corrected me, smiley face.